All right, good evening. Welcome everyone. We're back here, VRML preseason week 2, and this is going to be an exciting one. Much anticipated matchup here between Kangorillaz and Illuminaughty. So, two really strong, undefeated teams at the moment here at the very end of our second week. And, well, we're about ready to get going here, and a lot of excitement in the air for sure. So, I'm Palidore, of course, been here all day now. I'm looking forward to this one, though. And alongside me is Wit on cams, and of course, co-casting with me, Dash by my side. How's it going?
It's pretty good, man. I am really excited about this matchup. I've been looking forward to it all week. Like you
Yeah,
said, that we've seen Illuminati play quite a few times, and they look really strong. And Ender just racking up so many points. I always make the fantasy joke because he's racked up maybe 30 points twice already.
he
It's
had
pretty
30,
insane, to be honest.
36, 30. I mean, last game I think he ended with 20 something, but it was still a impressive effort. He had a bunch of assists as well. So doing it all around, yeah, you're spot on with that.
As for Kango's, I really haven't seen them play. They didn't really have the best of matchups in the first week. And in scrims, I don't think we've seen them. I think you've seen them a couple times. So what do you think of them? Like, what are their chances for this game, Ali?
Well, I think I've seen them only just scrim once, and that was just to kind of practice camera work and stuff. So my knowledge is limited. What I do know is that until proven otherwise, basically, Kangorillaz are the champs. They're plain and simple. They're the champs until they are beaten, and they're gonna come out with some fire. They're gonna show off. I think you're gonna see a lot of their passing game at play, as they always do. They're always known as one of the best passing teams for a good while now in North America. Just so collected, and the chemistry right on point. So I think Illuminati is very strong. I think they're gonna give Kangorillaz a lot of work on both ends of the floor. But again, for me, it's I can never count out the champions until they're beaten, basically, which I guess is something I can relate to a little bit.
Yeah, being a two-time world champion yourself.
And then getting smashed.
Well, I mean, the new blood kicks in. We had saw
Mhm.
strong teams like Joker
Yeah.
and Kango with the new Kangos. Because they had their appearance in the first season and they did really well, but then they
Mhm.
kind of separated for the second season and they came back together the third season taking that championship, and it was a really strong roster. And
Oh
now
yeah.
with the addition of Mad, Mad's a really good goalie, so I'm really excited to see like the defense.
Yeah, Mad has established himself on the scene as just an incredible goalie. I earlier on in the competitive lifespan, I knew him more so just as a good striker. He was mobile, he was fast, and he was good on offense. But really, he is one of the top, if not the top, goalkeepers in North America right now. And immediately off that joust, it's going to be a rejection and it's flinged out of there. But and there you go. So right off the bat, some defense. But we're going to see how that plays out for these teams. Powerhouse, though, is going to be both of them on offense.
Oh, look at that. Speedy was leash for a good while, and Strem
Whoa.
just took that disc away from him. Now it clears and allow maybe Kangos to get an attack. They just collected right here. Strem now gonna start it off to the bow tie and down back below the root. Now Leverage, who looked like he wanted to take a shot, but now Mad, who gets denied by Ender. Strem's gonna be forced to chase this one down.
So Ender that time with the defense as well. Getting back into the goal. Ender's still there. Is going to be bothered by Strem as in the backcourt, Kangorilla is looking for that boost, actually. And now Suburban coming through with it. Going to find that crossover to the bow tie area where it's taken by Speedy. Speedy's going to find Suburban right back on the cross on over, but missing the catch. Still rebounded, still shot, then dinged, and then recollected there on the other end by 3 Kangorillas.
It's just super intense right now. I mean, both teams have had a great showing on defense, and now Strem has the opportunity to score first, and he will 2-0. Kango strike first blood.
There you go, right off of that. Some good team play there, bothering the goalie a bit and just finding that window of opportunity. So first 2 points, as you mentioned, going right to the Kango boys, trying to reestablish themselves here on the competitive scene with no doubt this tough matchup. And we'll see. It's Ender in that tunnel now. The back line boosted Sealable back trying to come in, but still going to be backed out by QL Young. And Suburban right back to QL as well. Some nice brawling from Speedy there. Now a nice pass, but a save from Matt. Speaking of the goalie skills, showing it off in these first couple minutes already, Dash.
Yeah, Ender took one from Matt, and Matt's gonna return the favor immediately. Now Silo was trying to clear it out for his team, but Ender with a great pickup is gonna try to send it over to Speedy. If he can read this bounce, they can continue this attack. But Leverage has other ideas: a reset to the goal and maybe a chain for a clear and boost. Now Leverage again. He has a pass in the right tunnel, but there's also a chain waiting there for him. So he's gonna just choose a long clear, safe move. And Strem with a great read tries to skip it in for a three, but it will not go in.
Right off the bat, I mean, only a couple minutes in, 2.5, and we already had 3 legit saves and defense at play. Nice tap pass over there, Ender to Burbs, and finding that wedge up there where Ender is going to try and retrieve that. Madden, meanwhile, finding the goal, trying to retreat into the goal to deny any 3-point opportunities, and actually the disc will sail into his hands. Meanwhile, his teammates over there, and Kango's trying to get back, but no, intercept by QL Young. Gonna be on the attack, going back and into the goal. 2-2, tied up. QL from, well, as Dash has said, his favorite spot.
Man, it looks like Matt was reading that pass. I mean, the shot too, but it looks like his hand maybe grabbed onto the crossbar and he pushed himself away. Those are also unfortunate when you think you have something grabbed and then you don't.
I was almost surprised at the boldness of taking that in there, and there were 2 or 3, I think 3 defenders, but no fear. QL Young managed to score, and now it's going to be an approach there. Dishing a pass over. Actually got an opportunity, but the stun, the flyby stun, nicely done. Speedy now is going to send that through, and another clear.
Oh, well, that was like a little pass off the lip. It still offers a pretty good clear for the Kangos to pick up, though. Strem gonna try to clear into the pocket, and this is a turnover. Now Suburban gonna start off with QL again, trying to cross it out to Speedy. Speedy to go in, and he will. Now pulling ahead
Nice
by 2.
pass. Nice look there from Q on the assist to Speedy. Always praise QL and Speedy both. Very good teammates. Good brawl. Both of them are great brawlers. Both of them are great passers. They always look for that extra pass. I mean, kind of cut from a very similar cloth in terms of their play style. So rolling out now, it's going to be Kangorillaz now. Down by the 2 points. Still 5.5 left in this first round. And Strembitsky is going to miss that pass to Leverage. He should be there in the recollection. Just enough to at least tap it back to Strem in the meantime.
Yeah, Kangos with their very famous all upside down play. I think kind of started with 11.5 whenever Leverage played on with us. So let's all play upside down. And now that he's gone back to the Kangos, they've started to adopt the same strategy. It's really strong, but against veteran players like Illuminaughty, I don't think an all upside down is going to phase him too much. This Q gets a good clear downfield.
Yeah, very adjustable. Certainly. It's one of those things that over time more and more teams started adopting that. Now coming in for it, though, it's going to be Illuminaughty. Ender with that disc. Hot score, but not right now because that save again this time. It's Mad again. Mad lad he is on defense.
He's chained from Illuminati to recover that disc. Now Speedy try to control it. Ooh, almost gets snagged on. And almost a pickup in the tunnel, but just out of his reach. Suburban gets a chance to pick it up, but it looks like he maybe bounced off the wrong way. And Ender's just waiting there. Oh, if he can just pick it up. Speedy now. Suburban. Oh, no. Q off the backboard. Not even going to try to pick it up because he knew he was beat on that shot.
Looked like he may have kind of thrown a little bit of a hesitation move to freeze the defense just slightly and then went for the backboard. And again, this time it's Speedy to Q. So that 2-man crew with the assists, the goals, doing some work. They're up by 4 points now, under 4 minutes left in the first. And Strembitsky with his handful right now, and Speedy the handful of discs and the goal full of shots. That is 9-2 in favor of Illuminaughty now, pulling ahead.
You know, whenever we used to play, I would always say like, careful back passing whenever Speedy is there. Speedy loves covering those back passes and cross. He doesn't go for the forward pass. He goes for the back pass. He thinks like, hey, this seems like a good opportunity to cover it, and then it pays off. And look at that, 3 points, and now almost 3 minutes, and it's into the hands of Illuminaughty.
So Bourbon there recovering and backing it out, and really liking these offensive approaches. They're taking very high percentage shots. That one, a bit of an ambitious pass, is going to be cut off fairly easily by the Kangorillaz. I think Strem getting that one. But on the retrieval boost for Illuminaughty, still getting that, but not before Strem swoops on in. But look at this stack coming in quickly to try and retrieve that. It has a chance, but not quite enough. And QL is going to take that and right back down to Speedy.
Yeah, that shot gave me chills. I was feeling it. I was like, oh man, it looks good. But what looks good right now is Ender picking up 3 more with an open net, and now a 10-point lead with 2:30 left in the game. What's happened to the Kangos right now, Pally?
Kind of having their boat rocked a little bit. I mean, you mentioned their first round matchups, or their first week matchups rather, weren't the same teams that we're like seeing in the week 2, or same matchups we are. And you know, this is like the first test, big test for Kangorillaz especially, and almost making that shot. And I just think right now Kangorillaz have to find their flow. I'm not counting them out, because right now it's just Illuminaughty's looking strong, but we all know what Kang is capable of and what they've shown for multiple seasons and multiple months, ever since last year, basically, when they reformed. So cannot count Kang out, but Illuminaughty looking strong right now.
No, you're right. I mean, Kango is definitely a team that if you let them adjust, they will come back, and they come back hard. So it's best not to get too complacent with this kind of team, because they really, oh wow, that was a shot. It looked like it was trying to be a pass, but either way, it's saved. Denied by Illuminati, and now here's one more opportunity, Strem, to turn it in.
Almost a save going through too, but still managed to power it in for those 2 points with Strem. And Kangorillaz, just back to it for a second too. I know they prided themselves a lot throughout 2018 and previous seasons, just being a team that has fun, doesn't get super tilty. You know, they play even keeled, they have fun, and they're adjustable. So, you know, see if they can stick to that whole mantra in this one, because certainly getting a little bit maybe surprised by Illuminaughty with this differential as the stat comes out on the retrieval for them. But they have 2 full rounds to come on back and show that good mental fortitude that they have.
Definitely a strong team. They, like I said, you just cannot sleep on them, because they will come back hard. Kind of like Joker, another team that has a lot of fun in their comms. Oh, this is looking like a dangerous bounce. Would have been a real heartbreaker. But as the clock winds down, it's looking more and more like Illuminati's round. And with this last save, Speedy is going to say goodbye to this round. It's a long clear, comes through.
Oh,
and,
go in. Oh, no.
Shot. No, that was going in.
QL, you just, good rebound, but you just denied us a year-long highlight on that one. But you know what? Well done, QL. You got the points.
Was that a full-court shot from Speedy?
A beautiful save into a full-court shot. QL, I love you, buddy, but why?
All right, well, even if it does bounce in your favor, it can still be a heartbreaker whenever your teammate steals it like that, because that was going like right down the middle, not even a chance to scrape the barrier.
Oh yeah, well, nonetheless, Illuminati, some fiery gameplay that first round. It's a 6-pointer, 6-point score for QL Young. Speedy close behind with 5, Ender with 3. Over on the Kang side, Strembitsky alone there on the 4 points for his team. But Sealable contributing an assist, a save, and a steal. And Mad 3 saves as well. Loveridge the 11 stuns.
Yeah, Mad already racking up the saves. You see, having a, and we talk about this with great teams like Nova and Rampage. They have great defenders. They have a good defensive rotation.
Yeah.
But just because you have an all-star goalie like Mad on your team doesn't, I mean, obviously, just judging by the score, doesn't guarantee you anything. So, although good defense is vital, especially in 4v4, and a good goalie, is just a huge boon to your team, it's about how you attack. Recoveries are a huge thing. And it looks to me like Kangos was kind of beat on these chains.
It's been a bit of a running theme throughout a lot of today, especially. Honestly, I've casted, I think, maybe six games-ish or so. Started with the European side of things, and that was definitely a running theme. There was some great defensive plays, but teams just getting back on the recovery, now looking for a pass down low. Going to be slapped out of there. We even saw that with Team Joker just in the last round. Kavici had some amazing saves for Instinct against Joker. Like, he had an incredible, I think he ended up with maybe 10 saves after the 3 rounds or something like that. It was just insane. But they just could not stop the assault from Joker. Ooh, sailing
Oh,
past him
wow.
there.
That was a little odd. Looked like Ender was right there with his hand.
Yeah, looks like they won't pay for it though. QL is still going to be there on the retrieval. So one more time, getting it to Ender, and now trying to space out, but actually spacing out on that pass. Not quite well enough. Loveridge is going to take that strong pass over, strong shot over, gets right back into the hands of Loveridge, has a cross to the barrier, but also bit strong for the Kangorillaz.
Like everybody's just scrambling for this disc right now. Like Illuminati can't get a good clear, can't really get the back passes either. And then finally a clear will at least buy him some space. But Strem is gonna try to start the attack again. Mad down to Loveridge. Loveridge looking forward back to Mad. Sealable is stunned down, so he doesn't get that pass. So QL can try to clear this time, and he will get a very nice clear at least going into the Kango's like third.
And ooh, well,
Panic, you
gonna
know.
say a comfortable recovery for Kang. They still will take it back there, but kind of, yeah, like you said, a little bit scrambled right now. But maybe finding an opportunity here if they can to slow it down with some back passes. Gotta be aware of that stack though, contesting Strembitsky before he gets a pass off the Loveridge.
Yeah, a lot
And
of weird nerves seem to be playing around right now for both sides, really. So you saw like all these scrambles are just kind of odd and out of character for these teams.
some strong defense though from Illuminati, and it's gonna result in maybe a turnover, some back-to-back brawls, and there you go. It will be QL with the reception, trying to find the clear, and he does so successfully. Now Ender's gonna boost on through. He may get there first, but there's a stack coming through really quickly, rebounded there by QL Young. He's gonna back it and send it forward for a pass, under and Ender and over, and it's a shot for 2.
Yeah, Ender definitely deserved that shot right there. So it's nice to see him, making up for the mistake, at least getting 2.
And a lot of situations like that. So it was a smart play there from Q, I feel. A lot of times, I would say, if you don't have the numbers in the goal, back it out. But I think in that case, the defense was just raced back to the goal. They weren't really on balance or covering as the shot goes out, but saved there from QL. So it was good recognition for the pass. And no, taken right back. And on the attack, it's a 3-point deep from Sealable. Bag in the bag to go up by 1.
It was a risky little air juke from QL. It's also uncharacteristic. I didn't think he'd actually try that against, Kangos, who, like, it's hard to get past them just trying to, like, juke around on the ground and duck and pass. Like, they're really good at reading all that. So it was a little questionable. But
Absolutely.
trying to make it up. Oh, wow, what a chain. And now an opportunity for a 3 off
Oh,
the head of
no!
Strem. Oh, oh, man. Okay, a dunk. Sealable dunk.
Right.
There we go.
Oh, well, that was kind of unfortunate. They still at least got 2 points out of it, but yeah, that 3-point shot attempt off the head, it's gonna happen. And also, by the way, I want to say thank you real quick. Single Shot subscribing with Twitch Prime a little earlier. I forgot to mention, and it's Kung subscribing as well. Twitch Prime, thank you so much. And now back to the game. QL is going to send that out and find Suburban, and then right back end. Disc is a bit loose. Going to be taken by Strem. He'll get the clear.
Yeah, bouncing into the corner. CeeLo might be able to contest this. No, he gets punched out by QL, and now an open net. It's just gonna. Oh wow! I thought it was gonna hit the top crossbar, but it's going in for Ender, and Ender's starting again his big streak of points as we know him for.
Right there on the edge of that goalpost. Those ones are always, you're eyeing it, you're trying to get the angle on it with the camera and thinking, is that in? It looks it might be in. And then it goes in. But it was one of those 50-50 plays that benefited greatly for Ender and Illuminati.
Oh, and another missed pass gonna bounce away from Seal. Maybe he can get it. He does get a slap back, and it's gonna make Kangos lose a lot of ground. And actually, the disc and forward to Ender with an open net. He's gonna be drifting though. I don't know if maybe that was the best move. He could at least slowed it down. At
It
least
was
he'll
a
try to
tough
shake it
shot.
clear.
It's one of those rhythm shots, right? Where maybe you're feeling good and it's like, okay, I'm going to take this heat check. Maybe going to come right back. Actually, no, because defense is closing off the goal now, and Ender's going to try and find a cross, but too long and easily cut off there by a duo of Kangorillaz players as they send the clear and look for their stacks as well.
Well, this one's gonna bounce dangerously close to the goal. As QL is contested immediately, but it gets a good long clear. And Ender is gonna try to fight with Mad for this disc.
So final 5 minutes of this second round. Discs just changing hands over and over the last minute or so. It's going to be Strembitsky with that disc finding a pass, but a little too strong there. Should still have time to recollect. But that redirect actually from the stack, Ender's going to take that back off the slap clear. And now finding QL Young before finding Suburban. He's going to take a shot. It's going to ricochet all over the place. And then back into the goal for Kangorillaz. It's going to be Strem.
Oh, wow. And I think that's the second interception that Kangos has had whenever they're flying into the goal. And those, you can't really predict that. You never know what speed, what angle they're coming in at. It's a great defense, even though it might be just like lucky and clutch. But hey, those are the best plays.
Aren't they? And right now, I mean, we're finding ourselves still tied up here 5-5. So every play is going to start becoming clutch as this clock winds down. Matt is going to try and clutch that disc and find a pass just softly enough to reach Loveridge, upside down, and then go into town with Sealable Bag on the rebound, or should I say the recollect on that pass. That was well done to go up by 2 points.
And it looks like the goalie might have not been like anchored on the block because he was like kind of low in the goal.
Yeah.
And it passing right in the front, I would have thought that he would have just dove out and grabbed it. It seemed like really close.
And a close game it'll continue to be. Illuminaughty will have their shot at this one. The fast approach from Sealable Bag will knock the disc loose, though, so Kangorilla is happy to find that disc once again in their midst.
And now, going to try to work their passes. Their passes have been on point for these last 2 minutes, I believe. And now
that
that
one was on
long
point.
pass. Oh, Sealable might have had a chance for a three, but instead he's going to slow it down. Maybe take it in, cross out, and cross back to the shield to Matt, and Matt to take it in for two.
That was absolutely beautiful. I love that is classic Kangorillaz right there. You see that patience. Yeah, Sealable may have had that initial shot, but opted for the safer route. Instead, they found the cross pass into another cross pass into the barrier, and that is high percentage, and that is flawless execution from Kangorillaz.
And there's that Kangos I was talking about, where if they start to adjust and catch up, and look at that, just sneaking, hailing from above is Strem as he goes for a tunnel shot. It's gonna bounce right into the hands of the Seal. Wow, what a read! I love the read that Sealable just had on that disc.
Yeah, he planted himself on that post like a flagpole, claiming his land over on the Illuminaughty side of the floor for that 12-point advantage, 12-5 advantage, that is to say, and getting it done spectacularly these last couple minutes. Kangorillaz starting to find their groove here with a 12-5 lead.
And at this rate, we're looking at a game 3 to decide who takes the series. And oh wow, what a shake in the backfield. This might hurt him. But it looks like the Kangos kind of went too far for any recollection. So Speedy is saved right there. Now QL down to Ender. Ender looking for a pass or maybe a clear. Looks like he's gonna go for a long clear. Almost just missing the hands of Suburban. Ooh, wow, off the nest.
So QL is going to take that now and dish it over to Burbs, who finds that backward pass, but mishandled by Speedy, still recollected by Suburban, trying to. Now it's a mighty large dog pile that is cleared down the floor. And now a fast stack on the approach. It will be recollected first by Ender and Illuminaughty. They have to start hurrying here, but this is not going to be good news for them, because Sealable Bag has it in the bag for Kangorillaz in this round with that dagger of a shot, 14-5.
Yeah, and I do think that and it looks like Ender wasn't really happy about that one, but he did try to like clear whenever he threw it behind his back, and during the transfer, that's when he lost it. Like Sealable just punched him at the perfect moment to make him lose that disc.
So Illuminaughty in hurry mode right now. That's the only thing they can do, the only thing they can be. With 41 seconds on the clock, it's going to wind down here, and most likely a victory for Kangorillaz, but at the very least, still maybe looking for a score as Illuminaughty on the approach, but getting it stolen. Sealable Bag with those defensive hands. The boost coming through, maybe another goal in the works for Kangorillaz if they hurry up here.
Oh wow, I thought Leverage was going to be able to reach that one. It would have been a very nice crossing play into the bubble. But now Ender going to lose the disc again. A bit of a hesitation. And I think Kango's like, wow, what a bounce. Had Matt not been there, I think it would have been in, or at least close to it. Oh, Ender with this snag. But it's adjusting. Oh, wow, just off the crossbar. So close. But it was all he could do at that moment. And that's going to be round 2. So we're looking at a round 3 for the series.
You know what? To the surprise of absolutely no one, Dash. We knew this was going to be competitive.
Yeah, I mean, I expected nothing less from this matchup. It's just it brings the question, who is going
Oh,
to keep the fire? You know, like we saw Illuminati with all the fire in the first round. Kango's with the adjustment. Are they going to
sorry.
keep on going in?
Sorry, Strem made a comment in the chat. Voice chat that I'm good. Anyway, I mean, I'm glad the stream is has the comms muted, but
Oh, I didn't get to hear him. I hear him sometimes.
it's pretty funny. Oh god. Okay, I'm sorry. Anyway,
You can tell me about it later.
oh man. uh, I'm a little bit tickled at the moment. Sorry.
Well,
Anyway,
that's okay. But right, as I was saying, you know, who's gonna be carrying the fire? Can it be Illuminati from the first round, or will we see the continuation of this, like, steamroll that Kangos was starting to put on in the second round? It's
well,
just so hard to decide sometimes who's gonna really be on fire.
yeah, well, that's definitely the question. We discussed it early in that, or after that first round. Obviously, Illuminati came out with some incredible strength. They showed up and made some great plays. And we said right before the second round began, right, that cannot count out Kangorillaz because this is their first huge test of the season here, going against the undefeated Illuminati. And we knew that they were capable of making a comeback and adjusting and winning the second round, and they did that. So that's the experience of the Kangaroos at play and their ability to remain untilted. So the question is, can Illuminati do the same?
Man, that was a nice snag to get the disc back by Speedy, but the pass just misses Suburban's hand. That's a big clear for Kangos. And looks like we might have two waiting there. Strem just missing the grab. That was his opportunity for maybe a three. But instead, he's going to try to work it up off the backboard. Or maybe it was a pass. He did have a player back there. Ender with
And
a
so
huge clear.
yeah, clear coming through now, and fast coming through is Kangorillaz, are the Kangorillaz, and Strembitsky's gonna get a brief slap it into the hands of a speeding Speedy, off to the pass, but off the mark. Dinging off that post and then back into the sidewall where it's recollected by Speedy, finding the nest pass to QL Young with a beautiful one to Ender. Absolutely, that is a gorgeous passing I was talking about that QL is well capable of making.
You know, I love seeing those plays where they come from almost behind the goal, like the weird angle. They cut off, you know, what looks like a shot, like a straight shot to the goalie, and all of a sudden it's taken and redirected into another spot that you weren't expecting. Those are so awesome to see. I love that passing play.
And so tough to stop if you're the goalie as well, because yeah, you're so hyper focused on the one coming at you. Like, okay, he's gonna shoot it, he's gonna shoot it. All right, he shot it. Wait, where'd that guy come from? It's a tough situation.
Oh, nice read by Suburban for a long clear, and the chain is ready for Illuminati. It looks like they might be able to pick it up, but so
Ooh.
many Kangos in the goal, it's not gonna allow it. But missed pass, and now Ender gonna try to shoot it over to Speedy, but it looks like he was just stunned before it.
Sealable, a nice defense there, and then on the edge of bubble with Strem and Loveridge trying to cut off that pass, but the second one will go through. Now, luckily collected by QL. The first pass missing, but he'll be there for the collection. Up in that corner, in there, saved, and oh, flinged out of there. What clutch defense in the goal for Kango.
Now that's such a viable move. I know you've pulled that one on me many a time, Palidore, where you're hanging on to the goalie, and you come back after he saves it, snag it from his hand, and try to dunk it, but he was just red because they stunned him immediately. Wow, that was I don't even know what to say. That was just a great play by Kinkos.
No, yeah, nothing more you can say. And they're cutting off that passing lane. Maybe recollected. Burbs is over there as well. And finding that low clear. Maybe a pass, in fact. It's going to go to QL Young with the open three. That was a great look. And no hesitation on that one either. He couldn't afford to.
Yeah, he was. I saw him. I was following him for that like little play, and he was just reaching out as far as he could to get that disc. And luckily, it did bounce on the L, and he had opportunity to make a three. It's a great pass from Suburban.
Absolutely. QL reaching for the stars, and a shooting star he was, because he shot that one, and it was fire, wasn't it? So off to Strembitsky. Oh, Ender
Ooh.
playing that passing lane. He's so good at that, but Loveridge just as well, saying, anything you can do, I can do better.
Back and forth on these interceptions. This man, oh, and bouncing shot. Ooh, that was a little close. Too close for comfort. As Speedy is going to try to clear it out, but instead it gets intercepted back into the hands of Suburban, though,
Ooh.
and intercepted once again by Loveridge. Now Loveridge has a 1v1 situation. He'll take it.
Loveridge doing what he has been so good at for 2.5 years straight now. Coming at you. You're in the goal, doesn't matter. Loveridge has the moves. He has the grooves, and he showed it right there for the first two on Kangorillaz.
I don't know what to say about these interceptions. It's like, oh, opportunity for Illuminati. Nope. Here's
Nope.
Kango's.
Yeah.
Oh, there's
They're,
Illuminati again.
yeah, they're just matching each other. So far it has been almost a mirror match in that kind of regard. One round being taken by each team, and then just trading saves. They're trading intercepts. They're trading these beautiful passing plays. Maybe trying to find another goal here, but see again, Strembitsky swooping through for the retrieval.
It just seems to me like Ender might be hesitating just a little bit too much. He did have that open three, but then a saving grace from Seal snagged it back. Looks like I thought he could have taken that three, and then he didn't. And there again, I think he could have had a pass earlier, but Strem with a great dive, just denying him any option at all.
So right now, a lot of entanglement going on at mid. All 8 players found themselves in that area, and now maybe backing off. It looks like Loveridge will get the clears from Bitsky trying to find the boost. He gets a small one, not a great one. Will it be enough to get that goal? Maybe so. Flinging it in, and now 1-point game. About halfway through this third round, it is just a nail biter still.
See so many like open nets on both sides. It's just because the midfield game is so intense from both teams. There's so many interceptions, so much action, stunning, chains and whatnot that you see a lot of these open nets
Mhm.
coming out from both sides. It's just so intense in the midfield. This has just been like the whole game has been midfield. It feels like to me, at least for this round.
Yeah, and you saw that play here as they back it out.
Oh no!
Oh no!
No way! Oh man, was Mad floating down too fast for that one? I can't believe that just happened, Palidore. That ooh, Strem pulling a good old Metamercs. If you remember that one, that was a painful time back in season two
Yeah, I remember.
finals.
I wasn't gonna go there, but anyways, Trembitsky finding stealable bag, and oh man, I'm trying to recover off of what just happened there. They still have 4 minutes. They're only down 4. It's not the doors aren't closed for them at all. So still here, if they can remain mentally acute, they'll still have a great shot at coming back here for Kang. Illuminati though, just trying to make their name and change up this game. Now seeing if they can get
Wender.
this boost and build upon that lead. And it will be no, it's Loveridge at the last possible second. He saved the clear and out in there into the tunnel it will go. And oh,
Oh, was
now a
that a
tap
slap
shot
shot?
actually. Oh man,
Wow.
Mad with the mad shot, and that was just insane. Appropriately from Mad to bring it within 1. What a game this is, Dash.
Wow, man, I can't believe I've had a couple of those myself. Whenever you slap those, you kind of just don't think about it, and then you look at it and you're like, oh, that might go in. It's a great feeling, and I'm sure after that accidental, 3-pointer on his own goal, well, Strem that is, it was a huge sigh of relief to finally
Ooh,
just not lose a game like that at least.
yeah, basically they undid the really unlikely 3 with another unlikely 3. So now almost another one. Oh man, these shots right now. On the bottom of that bubble, it's going to be recovered by Speedy. They're still holding on to a very fragile 1-point lead. Kangorillaz trying to change that right about now with 2:50 left in this round.
Yeah, leaving the goal open is so scary against these two teams. Both teams have such great shots. Ender has a great long shot, and Loveridge and Strem and all of them.
Save.
Nice save.
Suburban, I think, and now it's going to be another deep one. Maybe, just maybe, no, baby, it's going to be a clear instead. Getting
See?
right in there.
Ooh, now Mad with a long shot of his own again.
Oh, man.
Oh, just top wide, and Seal is there to maybe contest, but QL get that punch off and try to slap it out. At least buy some room for his team. There he
This
is again for a good clear.
this game right now is an ab workout. My stomach is clenched on every single attempt, just like this one. Is it in? No, but on the rebound, maybe sailing past him, getting stunned out, losing the disc into the hands of Strembitsky. Kangorillaz down by 1 point with less than 2 minutes to spare, but on the back line, having it stolen by Mad. Mad is on fire at the moment. Swooping in is Strembitsky. QL Young brawling like he always does, finding that clear, finding a multitude of boosts with all these players on the floor, trying to show their
Oh,
attitude and getting this win. What is going to happen? We'll see. We have a minute 30 to see what happens here, and I am just out of breath. And woo, it's dangerous,
oh,
Dash.
Ender almost had that read too, and it looked like luckily Illuminati will have control of this one for the last minute 20. They have to play it smart. They don't have to score necessarily, but it would be great to have some insurance. But he can't allow stuff like that. And luckily, Suburban there to get it. Oh, goes
Oh,
through two. Suburban on fire with these punches right now. Back to Suburban. Gonna
oh,
try to speed it down to Ender. So slow. Why was that not intercepted? Kango's maybe being a little bit flat-footed on the defense now.
oh, that was almost the perfect slow pass in the sense. Like, yeah, that was one of those things where we are in the final minute. That is an intense moment. You're focused on the fast pass, and then suddenly it's just a soft dish to his teammate. And how beautiful was that? Now down by 3 is Kangorillaz. They are on offense, but they're going to have to
Oh,
start pulling off
Ender.
something here. But Ender is going to find that. Into the goal area it goes. Kangorillaz' window is starting to close.
Oh, and Speedy, this might be it. Speedy has great control over the disc, so you always know it's gonna be painful whenever Speedy has control. And now a little bit back to Speedy. Speedy taking his time. He's recognizing the situation. Only 15. They just can't give up three.
They need to leave at this point. Just get out of goal, find a stack, do anything. Because no, it's just going to be open goal, but saved. And Matt at least trying to put a stamp in there for Kangorillaz. But with the clock winding down, Illuminaughty week 2, the very last game of week 2. Perhaps the upset, depending on who you ask. Either way, Kangorillaz putting up one incredible fight, but Illuminaughty just catching fire and just not letting go. That was game of the season so far, or at least pretty close.
Well, I mean, see, Jason said it. RIP the champs. It definitely was an upset. I mean, you do have the world champion roster right here, and inclusion of one of the best goalies, if not the best,
Oh,
upcoming goalie, which is
quick
mad.
quick note, just so we can actually catch it. Team stats, all those stats, because we have a lot to talk about real quick. But I want to make sure before anyone leaves, we get all these things recorded because it's important. Okay, continue, Dash.
Oh, I mean, we'll move on to the stats, but like I
All
said,
right.
look. I mean, if you want to talk about stats, look at Matt with 6 saves. But then there's also Strem, who he was a monster goalie in seasons 2 and 3. I believe so. So
Yeah.
seeing 6 saves from him also is not surprising. That's just all in a day's work for those two guys. And even Sealable, who was also a long time goalie before he transferred into more of a striker position. Sealable just
Yeah.
does well all over the field. Look at that, 12 points to his name. So great stats being put up by the Kangos, and it was such a great game. But man, Illuminati just maybe it was just one too many intercepts, and maybe if you
Mhm.
want to say it that way, they did lose by 3. The own goal could have
Oh,
been that
oh,
story.
Dash, Dash, Dash. I
Things
wasn't
have to
gonna,
be
I
mentioned.
wasn't gonna go there again, and you went there again.
Things have to be mentioned.
Yes,
It's
yes.
always going to sit in your mind whenever you do lose by a certain margin. You're like, that was it. That was it right there.
Yeah. Well, I'm sweating as if I just played that game myself. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I do know what's right, and that is VRML preseason, because that was quite the delight on this Sunday night.
Nice, nice, nice.
Thanks. Yeah. All right. So cooling down here a little bit, and yeah. So chat obviously enjoying uh, that game, incredibly so, judging by the walls of emojis and brus and ohs and oh my gosh. Yeah, rip the champs. And someone saying, well, preseason chill, that was skinny. And yeah, it's preseason to be fair. I mean, it's 6 weeks, plenty of gameplay left to be had, and you know.
Yeah, there's
But
also challenges.
yeah. Also challenges and stuff. But it's early, but at the same time, it was such an exciting game. And we know these teams have all been playing hard, practicing hard, scrimming. It's been a long time since we've had a competitive season prior to VRML, right? We've been waiting 5-6 months until this all started. So, people were just chomping at the bit to get back into this really hardcore action, top of the line competitive action. And these are the things you live for, is watching these games, or casting these games, or if you're one of the players playing these games. So all around, it's a win-win-win for players, community, casters alike. It's great.
I mean, Kangos, they're a strong team. They were having some pretty amazing passing plays. So I'm excited to see them play against Synapse, which, I thought was going to happen this week. I think they're going to reschedule it to next week. But
Mhm.
another one, Synapse also on the rise. I'm excited to see how they fare against, the former world champs.
Absolutely. That one was definitely one of the ones we were also looking forward to this week, among many others, but that'll be good. That just means, if nothing else, Kangos will have three chances next week, and because of the MMR being more in place now and things like that, there's sure to be three really good matches, if nothing else. So as these weeks go on, we're just getting better and better. These matches are getting stronger and stronger. Can't wait.
Yeah, and they give me chills every time. I'm just like sitting here in my chair. I'm like, man, that shot's close. Or the open nets that they leave. I'm saying like, both rosters leaving open nets like that. I mean, at some point you have to, because if you challenge all in the midfield, you just make, the shots become pressured, and for like any of the tube shots or anything like that.
Yeah.
But then again, it's like these guys are really good. So you leaving the goal open, you might be asking for trouble.
Yeah, and well, and we saw the result. It's just with these kind of games and at this level, it's you have to press yourself even more and more. You have to sometimes take those risks when applicable, at least. And I mean, I know on leaving the goal open and stuff, Strem mentioned in that chat with the Buzz how every three feels more and more important, or like special, just because it's so hard to get them these days. Even the ones that in 3 versus 3, you'd see those tunnel shots and mail slots all the time, but they're kind of rare now in 4v4. But yes. Anyway, hopefully everyone enjoyed that. I'm pretty confident you did. That was a fantastic way to end our Sunday night and our week 2 of this preseason. Thank you everyone for watching and commenting. There was like a lot of hype in that chat. Gotta love it. Just sorry that I couldn't repeat a lot of it just because the games were so intense. But glad you guys liked it. Apparently Chong Wang liked the bars, so that's good, I think. But yeah. Whew. All right, Dash. I'm about ready to cool off and take a hot shower after that incredible game because, like I said, I'm not even kidding. I'm sweaty. Why? I don't even know.
Oh,
But
I agree with
I
you
gotta
on
go.
that one.
So all right, close us out, Dash. I've been Palidore and Wit on cameras, and Dash, last words. Go.
Yeah, I've been Dash over here, the casting with Palidore. It's great always, and always have some pretty good games whenever we're in the booth together. And Wit, thanks for the camera work. And thank you guys for watching, tuning in, supporting all the players. We truly, truly can't tell you enough how much we appreciate it. And with that said,
Love you.
we love you. And we'll see you next time with some great matches.